Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next movie review for Halloween month. And now next we're getting to of the 2019 movie thriller film called The Intruder. Now, of course, the title itself, The Intruder, it's not... it's a title as this, it can be as generic as it comes because films like... It's not only title, but the whole story of the movie, we've seen this done dozens of times, and plus there was even a movie back in the 80s, I think it was called The Intruder, except it took place inside a grocery store. I think it was directed by John Spuley. I think the guy named the director. That was a film that was about the same name, The Intruder, which took place inside a grocery store. But the whole plot is, a couple being stalked by a psycho, We've seen it done dozens of times in movies. I mean, you had films like Pacific Heights, with Michael Keaton, stalking with these... Well, he's not stalking, he's a con artist, but he's doing it to this couple, Matthew Modine and Madeline Griffith. Or there's Unlawful Entry with Kurt Russell and Madeline Stowe, I think it was. And the psycho was played by the late Ray Liotta, who's a cop, a psycho cop. Or speaking with Dennis Quaid, who stars in this, there's a film called Cold Creek Manor, which honestly I think I wasn't really big on Cold Creek Manor, but the plot is like, the couple is Dennis Quaid and Sharon Stone, and the psycho is played by Stephen Dorff. Stephen Dorff. So it was kind of like similar like that, almost the same premise of this movie, but except it's Dennis Quaid who's the psycho, and the couple here is played by Megan Good and Michael Ealy. So we've seen this whole premise of this story done dozens of times before. It's nothing new. But first of all, like those films, I like Pacific Heights and I like Unlawful Entry. As like Cold Creek Manor, I wasn't really big on though. But of course, there's been other like stalker type movies like those I've seen that have done dozens before. But those films like Pacific Heights, I wish as a good movie. Michael Keaton does a really good job. You see him play a bad guy that often, though, like a psycho bad guy. Well, the guy is not really entirely psycho. He's just a professional con artist. That's what he does until he gets screwed over at the end, which that was satisfying to see. But here, okay. It's directed by a guy by the name of Deon Taylor, who directed a film which I did not like. Was called Chain Letter. I remember that Keith David was in, which Keith David deserves more because I love Keith David. I don't remember he's the main star of it though, but he was in it though. Keith David is such an underrated actor. I enjoy him from John Carpenter's The Thing, among others though. But I didn't like Chain Letter. This guy directed that movie and he directed this movie. Now I gotta say, I was not a fan of this movie either. So, but I wasn't entirely mad at the movie. I'm just wasn't a fan of this film. If it wasn't for Dennis Quaid's performance, this would have been a full-on rant. It would have, because it would have been a boring movie. But what kept me going was Dennis Quaid's performance. And Dennis Quaid. I like him. I enjoy him as an actor. From Jaws 3. He was in Frequency, Inner Space. He's been among a lot of movies. He's a good actor, and I still want to see the new movie came out, Reagan, where he played President Ronald Reagan. I still want to see that movie. I do. He's a good actor. And here, like I say, if it wasn't for his performance, this would have been a full-on rant, because it would have been a boring movie. But Dennis Quaid, he's just so over the top in this movie. Like, if you're a fan of Dennis Quaid, this is gonna be the most over the top performance you'll see of him. Like, you'll hardly ever see him play like a crazy psychopath more over the top than this character, Charlie Peck. Like, he's just so he's so hamming it up, chewing the scenery, being so over the top and crazy of psychoness, you know. That makes him feel like he did a really good job of doing, because you hardly see an actor like Dennis Quaid play a psycho like this. But there's this couple, okay, the Howards. The husband's played by Michael Ealy, which I like Michael Ealy, though his track record hadn't been that best, you know, for the past few years, you know. I mean, I think it was the same year in 2019. With this movie, he did the remake of the remake of Jacob's Ladder, which that sucked. You know, I love the original 1990 Jacob's Ladder movie with Tim Robbins. That's a great movie. The remake with Michael Ealy from 2019 sucked. So yes, and there was this guy. He was also another film where he did play like a stalker, right? Like Dennis Quaid here. The film called The Perfect Guy. I think it was called The Perfect Guy, where he played a stalker. Oh, and speaking of, there was another film of the same scenario, but it was with a female, and that was the film called Obsessed. I bet this is what had Beyonce was in it, and Idris Elba. And the woman who was doing the stalking is played by Ali Larter from the first Final Destination movie, 1 and 2. That's another different type of scenario as well, but except the gender is reversed, though. But yeah, Obsessed, that's another one, too. And then the wife is played by Megan Good, which she's been in other movies, too. I know I said she was in the Shazam films as the Shazam version of the girl who will become part of the Shazam family. She plays the Shazam version of that girl. And I know she's been in other films like in Saw 5 and among other movies though, but she's the wife. They're looking for a house. They find this house for sale. It's called Foxglove. It's owned by Dennis Quaid. There's this guy named Charlie Peck. And even already, when they first meet Dennis Quaid, it's an immediate red flag because when they first meet him, he's already nuts. Because he kills his deer in front of them. I mean, it's an instant red flag. I mean, except for to Megan Good, because the problem is with Megan Good's character, she is so oblivious to the red flags. I'm like, all these red flags are going off, but yet she's so oblivious to it. Even Michael Ealy, this guy is quite uneasy, you know. But anyway, but the wife is dumb. Megan Good is dumb, you know, just being too oblivious. So they sell the house. Dennis Quaid gives him the house. Foxglove is yours. But immediately, you know, just as they're selling in, like I said, the red flags. Megan Good, like I said, she's so oblivious. He sees Dennis Quaid mowing the lawn. So where'd you get it? Oh, that's where I keep it, you know. I'm like, yes, the times when he talks, Dennis Quaid is already talking psycho. But no red flags for Megan Good. Too oblivious. And it's like, oh, because he's lonely, you know. Hey, and then she gets the idea to invite him to Thanksgiving. And they invite some other friends over. There's one guy who's the buddy of a friend of Michael Ealy. And like Dennis Quaid has this vision of taking a bottle and smacking him over the head with it. And just, of course, like I said, Dennis Quaid, he's being so over the top. You know, it's actually kind of fun to see him be over the top. Like I said, he's the best part of the movie easily. And just like I said, if it was for him, this film would have been such a bore fest, you know. And like just playing him more, acting more psycho. Like in the like saw in the trailer, he sees Megan Good in the shower, and then he has this. As he's walking through the door, he has this crazy doing this crazy smile, like so. And for some reason he takes his shirt off, but that's all he ever does. He doesn't take anything else off. He just takes his shirt off. And of course, when he freaks out, when they're feeling uneasy, they want to install security cameras. Of course, he freaks out and says, "Hey, stop drilling holes in my house!" And like what Michael Ealy is explained to Megan Good, is like, it acts like the house is still his. It's not. Oh, by the way, there is some like weird editing where it cuts to at the beginning, it cuts to like Michael Ealy, where he wears glasses, right? There's this close shot of him not wearing glasses, right? Close up like this, but the next shot, he's wearing the glasses. I'm like, a couple times, like it's like close shots of him not wearing glasses, but yet then the next shot's he's wearing the glasses. Now you could make the argument, oh, like he took them off and he's putting them back on though, but when it comes to the editing like that, it just makes it like a continuity error though. Like, he shot his not wearing glasses, then he's not wearing glasses. I mean, it doesn't do it like a full on shot as him taking them off and putting them back on. No, it's up close of him not wearing glasses. Then when it cuts, he's wearing the glasses. So it's not a full on shot where he takes it off and on, put him off and on though. But no, but it just makes it seem like it's a continuity error instead of instead of a full on shot of taking it off and on. It just makes it look like a complete error. But I don't know. I just wanted to just point that out though. But But like I said, going back with Dennis Quaid, he's just so over the top, like I said. Then he really freaks out, not hey, stop drilling holes in my house. And like I said, Megan Good, all these red flags are going off, and yet she's so oblivious to it. And so, when it goes off, when Michael Lee comes out with a bat, of course, behind him, not noticing, Dennis Quaid's right there. And then we get more stuff like, well, they say that, when they bought the house, they say that part of the story is that Dennis Quaid's wife killed herself with a shotgun. But they later find out that when Michael Ealy talks to Dennis Quaid's daughter, that saying that her dad is psycho. And then back with a friend, the friend of Michael Ealy, which I knew he was going to die, though. Because I guess automatically Dennis Quaid didn't like the guy, because I guess earlier he had a cigarette and he put it out on the statue, I guess. That's why he didn't like him. So when next time he comes by, because Michael Ealy, he gets hit by a truck. And he says he thinks it was Charlie. First of all, I'm like, if anybody knows, okay. Already this guy's nuts, though. So, you said you think it was him? No, you should not think. You should know it was him. You don't think it was him. You knew it was him. But, as I said, he's in the hospital. That's when the friend goes over to check on the wife. And then Dennis Quaid kills the guy with an axe. It's not bloody at all, because it's not that type of movie. It's not gory or anything. It's just a thriller movie. So, he kills him with the axe. And then Megan Good later discovers that there's these secret tunnels that were built. And that's where Dennis Quaid's been living, in these tunnels. Now, they show these tunnels, but they don't do much with these tunnels. It would make it like a fun finale. These tunnels in a claustrophobic setting. Or have a big fight under the tunnels. It doesn't really do that. The tunnels are for a little bit, then become irrelevant. And then eventually leading up to you get... the funny thing is the whole thing is dumb anyway, because If Dennis Quaid loves this house so much, why would you sell it in the first place? If you love this house so much, you're so obsessed with this house, I'm surprised you want to. You know, it's funny that I'm surprised if he loves it so much. Why doesn't he just marry the house and fuck the house? You know, if he loves this house so much, why are you selling in the first place? Then, if you don't want to let go of your precious house, don't want to let it go. Why are you selling it then in the first place? Okay. Why you want to sell in the first place if you love it so much, Jesus, you just want to fuck the house, you know, okay? It's stupid anyway. You love it so much, you know, you don't want to leave it. Why are you selling it? That's the big question. Why are you selling it, you know? Otherwise, it would save the time for them no drilling holes in your house with your security cameras, none of that bullshit, you know? So, no idea why. But then you get the finale where Dennis Quaid is stalking them. He has the shotgun. He says, shoots the chandelier. Lights out. He beats up Michael Ealy for a bit, you know, fisticuffs, scuffle and stuff, you know. Then one leads to another. They hide. And then Michael Ealy gets the baseball bat, smacks Dennis Quaid in the face. Making Good calls 911 saying that they shot an intruder. And then once again, Dennis Quaid, just so over the top, he goes and screams like crazy, "You don't deserve Foxglove!" And then Michael Lee shoots him, saying, "Go to hell," shoots him, cuts the credits, which, after when it cuts the credits, there's this rap music going on. I'm like, after a serious ending scene like that, it cuts to a rap song for the credits. I'm like, this does not fit the movie at all. I'm like, every movie, even trailers, have to have a rap song. I'm like, why? You know, every trailer, like, especially for superhero or action movies, they always have to have a rap song in it. I mean, sometimes rap songs can work in certain aspects, I give credit to, though, but it hasn't had to be every trailer or every movie, you know. There's a certain limits what rap songs can do. And a lot of things they don't. And this did not fit the movie. After Michael Ealy shoots Dennis Quaid in the face, it cuts to a rap song for the credits. It doesn't fit the movie at all. But, like I said, overall I'm not a fan of this movie at all. But listen, the only thing that kept me going was Dennis Quaid's performance. Listen, Megan Good, she's dumb because there's so many red flags are going off. She doesn't see them, so oblivious. Like, even there was a neon sign hanging over Dennis Quaid's head saying, "This guy's a psychopath." Even if it said that above Dennis Quaid's head, she would still be oblivious to not to see that. You know? I'm like, hello? Is anybody home? Knock on wood. And Michael Ealy, he's doing the best he can. I mean, I like Michael Ealy, but his track record hasn't been that good the past few years. Like I said, Jacob's Ladder sucked. The Perfect Guy, I mean, in that case, it's funny, he plays a stalker in that movie. It's like calling the pot calling the kettle black. But I like Michael Ealy. He just needs to fire his agent because he's getting better movie choices. Same with Chris Hemsworth, you know. Chris Hemsworth needs to fire his agent as well because his track record hadn't been that great either. Why I bring that up because, well, Furiosa came to mind, and Chris Hemsworth needs to get better jobs in movies or fire his agent. They both do, so. But Michael Ealy, he's doing the best he can. He is. But Dennis Quaid, he's the best part of this movie. Is what kept me going for this movie. If it wasn't for Dennis Quaid, this would have been a boring movie. You know, he's just so over the top and chewing the scenery. Hey, if you ever want to see Dennis Quaid at best being a crazy psychopath over the top at best, this is the movie for you, you know. And it's not often you see him play a bad guy as crazy as this guy is. But like I said, certain aspects, you know, like that editing with the glasses off and on, or why is Dennis Quaid taking his shirt off though, except nothing else, but wearing. Or there's no instance where he breaks into the door saying "Sidney." I thought he was doing his interpretation of Jack Nicholson from The Shining. Here's Johnny. You know, poking his head through the wood panel of the door, right? There's those tunnels. They don't do much with it. I mean, the girl who plays Dennis Quaid's daughter, who Michael Ealy talks on the phone. Kind of like, yeah. But Dennis Quaid, he's just so over the top. I'm pretty sure with the director of this film, or whoever he looked at, the writer, he saw it, you know, it's like, you know what? I'm going to be over the top. I'm going to have as much fun as I can. And he was having you could tell he was having a lot of fun playing a psycho, because it's outside of his element, you know. But, I mean, I think Dennis Quaid did a great job playing this psychotic bad guy. I mean, like I said, the biggest thing is if you love this house so much, then why are you selling it then, huh? I mean, why don't you marry the house and fuck the house and get it over with? If you are so loving with this house so much, why are you selling it? It would save you a lot of trouble then, buddy. But yeah, like I said, I wasn't a fan of this movie. It's not a full rant because it didn't get me mad. Like I said, Dennis Quaid is what kept me going. You know, because like I said, he's a good actor. You know, like I said, I want to see that movie Reagan. You know, he plays President Ronald Reagan. I still want to see that movie. But eventually, I will down the line though. So, but The Intruder. Like I said, the title, the whole premise of the film, nothing new. We've seen this done dozens of times before. Like I said, we saw it in Cold Creek Manor, Pacific Heights, Unlawful Entry, so many, and or the '80s Intruder. Like I said, it's a plot we've seen done dozens of times before. It's nothing new or special, you know. And the film made quite a bit of money, on a budget of $8 million. It made like $40 million, so it was basically a success overall. Despite coming out in mid-2019, because that was the time when Avengers Endgame was making all the money during that time, so. But it still made money on it. When it becomes it doesn't make time for low-budget movies like those to make money, you know. It doesn't take that much effort. So. But that's my review of The Intruder. Hey, watch it for Dennis Quaid's performance. It's the only good thing about the movie. So thanks for watching. Like I said, I wasn't a fan of this movie, but it's not a full rant. I'll put it as a review/rant. Like I said, it didn't make me mad or piss me off that much. Like I said, I've seen a lot worse, so. But yeah. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next movie review for Halloween month, and we'll see you next time. Later.